Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Rewind, the AEW Full Gear Predictions episode. And tonight we got, not only is it just me and RN here, but we got Lee from Perched on the Top Rope joining us today. What's going on, Lee?
What's up?
Hey, man. Dude, you, this ain't your first time on our show, is it?
Nope.
No. You've been on our show before. We're so used to being on your show. It's a pleasure to have you, man. Yeah, you guys. Look, like, AEW's Full Gear pay-per-view is this weekend. We're here to run down the card, give our picks on who we think is going to be winning these matches, and a little bit of insight. So yeah, forgive the regular podcast format. This will probably be a little bit of a shorter episode. But before we get into it, we want to thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. You can always catch us live on twitch.tv/SmackedRaw. Normally it's Tuesdays. We had some technical errors a couple nights ago, and we decided since this was the go-home show for Dynamite, we just put it off till Thursday to record tonight. If you ever miss live episodes, you can catch them on YouTube, youtube.com/SmackDrawPodcast. That's where the replays all go. And then, of course, the audio versions of the show are found everywhere. And like I said, it's not just our show. We got Perched on the Top Rope here. Lee, what is going on, man? You are currently sitting, are you still sitting at number 2 for wrestling podcasts in the United States?
I am, based on current charts, I survived 24 hours sitting number 2 in the United States in the pro wrestling category, but I'm also 71 under United States in the sports category. I am 137 in Australia, 64 in Saudi Arabia, 72 in South Africa, 69 giggity in the Philippines, and today I hit number 2 in Algeria for wrestling and number 6 for Algeria in sports.
This dude has a live feed to Chartable's website. I can just picture Lee trying to get his dopamine fix, just refreshing Chartable every like 30 minutes, just hanging on.
Oh, dude, it is so bad on the phone. Like, it doesn't update like it does on a PC. So, like, all day, like, my girlfriend's watching me just hit refresh on my phone, and she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I want number 1 so bad. I was able to pass one Jim Cornette podcast. I just got to get past one more to be the number 1 podcast in wrestling in America. Fans, help me out. Perched on the Top Rope.
Yeah, let's try to get you to number 1, man. Have you seen have you been able to look back at the metrics? Is it just like a select episode that's gotten a lot of attention? Does it look like somebody has just downloaded your back catalog of all your shows? Do you have any insight on this recent success of yours?
I actually have it up right now, which is rather funny.
Of course you do.
It's not so much certain episodes. If like a lot of people like, I'm looking at like going back on different pages, and episodes have like, I would say the average amount that they should get for, you know, older episodes and things like that. It, you know, because it goes down as each episode is going. But episode 162 up until now, like, people found and just downloaded the crap out of. But I mean, there's interviews with episode 166. I had Will Ospreay, Yoshitatsu, I had NWA, The Perfect Knockout, Samantha Starr. I had episode 159 that's still doing good. AEW's Lance Archer for interviews. So like these those shows got a lot of love, and they got a lot of love from the dirt sheets also. I did a Halloween episode that apparently thrived really well during that time because I did the 13 scariest WWF/WWE stars.
Nice.
You know, so I can't exactly pinpoint a certain episode. I would say the last 10 episodes have just things have clicked, I guess.
Well, there you go, man. Well, congrats.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully that momentum builds up, man, and we see great things for you and your show. You work really hard, man. I'm happy for you.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
All right, well, enough of stroking fucking Lee's dick over here. Let's go ahead and talk about AEW this weekend. Yeah, guys, this is a pay-per-view that kind of snuck up on us. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ever the optimist. I know it's going to turn out really good, but had you asked me while I was not looking at the active rundown what matches were scheduled for this show, I would have been lucky to name 4 matches on this card. However, it looks as of right now we've got 9 matches for this pay-per-view. So not not the longest card in AEW history, but still not on the shorter side either. It's probably going to run us about 3 to 3.5 hours again, I would estimate. But yeah, where's your guys' excitement level for this card this weekend?
I mean, 6, 7. Again, it snuck up on us. Like, I haven't been able to catch AEW live the last couple weeks, and for me, like, going back and watching it and everything, like, it's not the same. Like I said, it's I'm not as high on AEW as some of you guys are, so for me, it's like it is what it is. Like,
yeah. I think it's safe to say that we are definitely outside of the we lost Lee for a second there. We're outside of that honeymoon phase with AEW, and they are definitely needing to get by now on their own merits between their booking, their week-to-week booking, their storytelling, which has been, I would say, more miss than hits, although there's some good stuff still sprinkled in there.
right.
You know, it's people are not cutting AEW and Tony Khan nearly as much slack as, say, they were a year to 2 years ago. With that being said, I'm sure this show is going to deliver a lot of fun. AEW pay-per-views, if anything, have always proven to be a good watch while going on, even if the builds were kind of lackluster. But I'm going to say there's a couple good builds in here. Like, for instance, the main event is obviously the huge talking point, MJF versus Jay White. We've got the whole, like, Devil and the Goons situation in the background. What's going on there? MJF trying to retain his belt. And then, of course, I have an idea what your favorite match are in, or what match you're looking forward to most, which is probably the same as mine, which that's going to be Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page. That's just been hitting on all parts. And did you happen to watch Dynamite or catch up on Dynamite from yesterday?
No, but I did. I actually did see that part. I was just randomly.
The promo?
Yeah, with Hangman and then him attacking fucking Nana and shit.
Hangman got his balls back.
Yeah.
Like he got his balls back for sure last night, and then everybody loved the quip that he gave on Nana. He said he's gonna beat him up and steal his weed, which I thought was an interesting.
And he bought from a teenager in a parking lot.
Yeah, is that like a backstory to that, or was that just like a fun line that he threw out there?
You know, I don't keep on none of their other shit. Like if it ain't on Saturday or Wednesday, I don't fucking know.
Well, no, I just meant, like, was there, like, any wrestling news that Nana got busted buying weed off of teenagers or something like that? Because that sounded very specific. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he is an old black dude, so it's probably not out the realm of possibility that's who he cops his weed from.
And then I think the other match that I'm looking forward to most is going to be the Orange Cassidy and John Moxley. What's going on there? Because there's been a pretty semi-disjointed story that's been told between those guys, but I feel like they're salvaging it as good as they can, and I'm enticed. But
I don't even know the card, if I'm being honest. I just know the Hangman and then MJF and them. That's pretty much all I know.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just named off 3. To be fair, those I think were the only matches. Outside of the Ring of Honor tag team match, and even then we don't have like a full confirmation. Outside of that, RN, I'm with you, man. This whole card seems to have gotten thrown together. I'm assuming on a lot of it on Collision maybe and Rampage, because I do keep up with Dynamite, and
mostly Collision. Collision is the Bang Bang Gang show for sure.
Yeah. So I'm assuming, because I haven't caught Collision in a while, and so I'm assuming that is where they've done a lot of builds, because most of this card, I wasn't aware of until tonight. I pulled it up. Lee, how's your excitement level going into the show? You a fan of AEW? Are you liking Tony Khan's product? What do you think, man?
To be honest, I don't watch a lot of wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
I have caught a little AEW here and there, just like I catch a little bit of Raw and a little bit of SmackDown. I don't ever watch the full show. Put it that way. I'd say I'm like a 5 for excitement, to be honest with you. There's a few matches that I have no interest in.
Yeah.
And ones I think is going to surprise people. But I was with you guys because on my show, Alex and I talked the same thing, that the Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve is going to be phenomenal. And out of all the matches on the card, aside from MJF and Jay White, it has the best storytelling to it.
Facts.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with you there.
I was gonna say, well, we can wait till we get into it, because the thing about all that pisses me off is, like, why did they need to sacrifice that loss to Daniel Bryan for him if you're just gonna go back into this Hangman shit? Like, what exactly was the fucking point of that?
Yeah, we'll cover that, of course. So yeah, it sounds like kind of like lukewarm here, maybe a little excitement. I don't think it all falls on Tony Khan, although, like I said, Tony Khan could do a better job building and advertising his product. It also is the holidays, and this is kind of a period where a lot of people's attention gets really split up into a lot of different things. So I don't think it's entirely AEW to blame. There's just a lot of factors that are kind of having people cool on the show. But once again, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and let's go ahead and get into our predictions. We're going to start this off with, in no particular order here, Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho taking on the newly heel Young Bucks. I'll kick this one off. I have a feeling this is going to be the Young Bucks. I feel like they're finally doing, because this is for I believe this is for the guaranteed title shot that the Young Bucks won a couple weeks ago that AEW seemingly completely forgot about.
Right.
And so I believe it really doesn't make much sense to put the title shot into the hands of a team that, with Jericho and Omega, that's already outlived its stay. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I feel like this is like one of the most lock picks of the evening. I feel like it's going to go to the Young Bucks. What do you guys think?
Right, Lee.
So the stipulation is if Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho win the Golden Jets, there's what they're calling themselves.
Yeah.
If they win, they get the shot at the AEW Tag Team Championships that the Young Bucks have. But if the Young Bucks win, Kenny and Jericho have to break up as a team.
Right.
There's been some storytelling to this, like, the Young Bucks being mad with Kenny, partnering with Jericho, especially considering every faction Jericho has had, he's gone after somebody in the Elite. So I can understand that, but there's been like a lackluster. And if you're a fan who doesn't watch every week or able to keep up on the product, you can lose track of what's going on in AEW very fast, where WWE, it's very easy to catch back up on.
Right.
So, like, when I said that there were matches that I had, like, no interest in, believe it or not, this is a match I have zero interest in.
Same. And I love the Bucks.
Yeah.
My thing is it feels like it's just the same old thing when the four of these guys are on TV, and it doesn't even have to be with each other. It just feels like it's something we've already had, even though we haven't.
Well, you had Chris Jericho's Cruise. The Young Bucks took on Kenny and Hangman Page. The Bucks seem to find themselves at odds with Kenny Omega a lot of the time. You know what I mean? Like, even when it's not like a personal feud, it is something that they like to go back to. There's a lot of history there.
Well, my thing is like they're mad at Kenny and Chris Jericho because they had some shit up in their locker room. Like that's what this whole feud started about. It was like, oh, sorry, we didn't have enough locker room space for you. Like what?
Yeah, it was essentially the Bucks ate an L. They took an L, and they weren't handling it better. They weren't handling it the best, and then they ran into Jericho and Omega in the locker room. Yeah, and they decided just to kind of like focus their negativity there and stuff. And yeah, it's all
sugar-coated. They were mad because they were talking shit like, "Oh, excuse us, we didn't know this locker room was taken." Like that's literally how this feud started. Yes, they were mad about the L that they took with the trio titles with Hangman. I'll give you that. But this feud itself, it started over some shit in the fucking locker room.
And not even like an incident occurred in the locker room, just shared space.
Yeah, just like, oh, sorry, Jericho's bag was in front of the wrong locker, and that's how this started.
So yeah, the Young Bucks are gonna exact their their revenge for their lost locker room space. I think we're all in agreement. We have the Bucks for the win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Next up, Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne.
Next.
Oh, man, that hurts, right? That hurts, man. How quickly did we get Edge in AEW, and how quickly did we stop caring? Almost immediately. This shows that the problem in AEW with the short-sighted storytelling that we got going on, because it instantly became convoluted within like 2 weeks of Edge's return. Because what's the story now? Can someone kind of give me like a captivating version of this story? There's just a lot of moving pieces, and they all kind of loosely fit.
So
go ahead, Lee.
It literally goes back to Christian Cage, Darby Allin, which of course is going to bring Sting in, and of course Christian already had Luchasaurus. Somehow Nick Wayne gets involved. Christian's my daddy.
Nick Wayne's mom in it.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about Nick Wayne's mom now, though. Okay.
Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on. She's all I want. All right. Anyway.
Anyways.
So, Nick Wayne ends up now he's with them. That turn happened at that pay-per-view. I don't remember which one. And then Christian, Copeland calls out Christian. Christian tells him to go F himself. walks out of the ring, so that starts all that up. How Ric Flair gets involved is beyond.
But do you see? This is my point, though. Do you see? This is my point.
There's
like
a lot
you
of
have
moving
to.
Parts.
There's a lot of moving parts, and none of them fit like too well. It's just like a bunch of people carpooling on the same road trip. You know what I mean? It really is.
This feud is a microcosm of what AEW as a whole is.
Yeah, it is just. Yeah, it's they making what should be simple storytelling. They've overcomplicated it.
Because you don't have someone that knows wrestling booking these matches. You have a super fan who, I mean, I love his passion. I love him throwing the money around to getting these guys in and making wrestling be more than just one federation in the States, but he does not know what he's doing. Like, and I'm glad that finally all these fucking stands are finally starting, like you said, getting over the honeymoon period and just realizing he is not good for business. He's just not. From the fucking Twitter rants to him coming on high as fucking cocaine every time he's on screen. Like, the dude is just fucking terrible, man.
My thing with Sting is if Sting is involved in something, it should be pertaining to his retirement run that we're currently on.
That's in a couple months.
but I mean, like even then, like
no, that's what I'm saying. Like that's
it's literally it's like 6 months from now. Yeah. Sting's career is going to be wrapped up. He shouldn't be playing a background character in any stories going forward. All of his matches should be showcased or story driven, not he's here to back up two other people in a 6-man tag feud. It feels like it's undervaluing that run, and it feels like he announced his retirement run, but we're not starting it yet. Like, This doesn't feel like a start to that run.
Again, is an AEW thing. Like, make a big announcement and not act on it for months.
We'll get around to it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's there. Just letting you guys know it's out there, but we'll bring it back up here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Next.
Well, hold on, man. This is a prediction show. We have to.
I predict no one gives a fuck.
What you got, Lee?
I'll go with Sting, Darby, and Adam because Edge needs a win. And I don't think besides fucking beating Joe Bears, I don't think he has a win yet. So I guess I'll go with Edge, Sting, and Darby.
Okay.
I do have this to say, and anyone can look back in the history of wrestling. I mean, I don't think aside from after the Monday Night Wars, when a superstar went from one company to the next, like it felt like a big deal, right? Mm-hmm. Like you think about like Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, when they went from Diesel and Razor Ramon to, using their real names over in WCW, right? That was, that felt like a really big deal, or like they made it feel like a big deal. I feel like when you leave after the Monday Night Wars, when you left WWE and you went elsewhere, all your fans did not follow, and I think that is a blatant, obviously thing here with Adam Copeland. Think about it.
Well, I think it's a combination of two things. I think the bulk of the fans are more fans of the company than the wrestler. Right. You know what I mean? Not saying that, like, the WWE fans who are not tuning into AEW have anything against Edge. They're just like, I don't care for AEW, and sorry if you're on it, it's still not a big enough argument for me to change my schedule. And then B, it is also the law of diminishing returns. Like, we've had like 3 years straight of just huge signing after signing after signing, and eventually you stop getting excited because there's some flops in there, and then you just too much of a good thing, eventually you just become desensitized to it. So by the time Edge was announced, as awesome and as groundbreaking as that should be, we've already seen like 20 plus signings come over from WWE. Is what I mean. I'm exaggerating, but that's what it feels like.
No, it's been about 20.
Yeah.
Because you keep
You're not
forgetting
wrong.
Adam Cole and all those guys. Just
You
NXT
start-
is still WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start adding up.
Yeah, so like I said, I think it's just a combination of all those things. But you're right. You're right. You know, it's people don't tune the channel, like change the channel, even if they're like one of their favorite wrestlers is on another show. Like just not enough that you're going to notice anything in the ratings. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
my
maybe
thing with
there's some
that is-
people.
My thing with that is that's on Tony. Like he's the one that signed all these big guys from WWE and NXT, and he's dropped the fucking bag on all of them. Keith Lee. He's just now picking it up with Swerve. Swerve's been there about 1.5 2 years. Keith Lee was squandered. Adam Cole, for the most part, was squandered. Who else?
Miro should be right now one of AEW's
forgot
best
about Miro.
champions of all time. They still put him on TV, but are not like they're once again it's they're half in and half out with all of these wrestlers that they know they have a lot of potential with. There was a really cool story about to be told. I mean, that's kind of the joke. There was a really cool story they were about to tell, and then they don't follow through and tell it, man. It's like you can see it there. It's almost like, hey, you know what would be cool if this person started to do this thing. And they'd be like, all right, cool. Now what would be next? Like what would their arc be? They're like, oh, I don't know how to get that far. I just know what's an interesting premise, like what's a good hook, but they don't know how to sustain anything beyond the hook.
Like, and then you couldn't even be like, oh, well, they only do it to the WWE guys. They do it to all their people too.
No,
Look at fucking Wardlow. Look at fucking Hangman. Look at fucking Thunder Rosa. Like they can't ever like.
Wardlow should have been a world champ by now.
Yeah, they can't score in the fourth quarter. They do excellent up till halftime, and they come out, shit the fucking bed, lose the game in the fourth quarter.
Well, sometimes they can't even get out of the first quarter now.
Yeah,
you know
like,
Miro hasn't had a compelling story
ever
outside of that he was a good TNT champion. Like he was a cool TNT champion for all of like 3 weeks.
But that's what I'm saying. That wasn't a story. That was just him being a champ defending his title. He's never had a good story in this company. And I think a lot of it is too because their pay-per-view matches are fucking 5-star 90% of the time, all of them, even these throwaway 6-man tags, they rest on their fucking laurels and you're like, we just got to get to the pay-per-view. They never really pay attention or work up getting there. They just know if they get to the pay-per-view, they'll have at least 2 5-star matches with Meltzer fucking creaming all over the fucking TV screen. Like that episode of South Park with Randy fucking just jerking off, shooting shit everywhere. And that'll be to get them through to the next one. Like it's just like I try not to be a hater because there's so many wrestlers there that I love.
You want it to be good. Like they are sitting on it's the same thing that we were upset about in WWE squandering all their NXT talent. Is like you are sitting on a gold mine of talent. Yeah, of talent and potential. But you are failing to capitalize on 85% of it. You know what I mean? Like when you're doing good in a couple areas, but like there's so much more that you could be doing right now. And I mean, like I said, I'm hopeful for the future. I don't think they're caving anytime soon. But at the time, this is the frustration that we have with AEW. And with that being said, I think the heels are going to win. I'm going to go on a crazy, I'm probably super wrong here, but I'm going to say Adam Copeland gets pinned by Christian. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Christian pins Edge. What about you, Lee?
I'm going to say the faces win.
All
Dane
right.
Allen and Adam Copeland. I know it feels like they've squandered Copeland already, but I just feel that knowing Sting's retiring, they're going to have that motherfucker win any and every match he's in until that final match, whoever he's facing, and then it's going to be a coin toss on if he wins or loses.
Right.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Yep.
This is the only match that we don't have like the full lineup, I think. And that is the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship match, MJF and to be announced versus the Guns. I'm assuming they're gonna announce it on Collision. I'm assuming it's going to be Joe. That seems to be the only person they're teasing is Samoa Joe for this match.
He's MJF's only friend.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, I think, to be fair, this is an all right. This is an all right story. The bigger story, I think, I don't know how much. I feel like the overall MJF story is going to start on the night with this. Something's going to happen that teases us in the main event, and then that's when we're going to get a whole bunch of shenanigans. This one's hard for me to pick, though. I don't know about you guys. This one is hard for me to pick. With that being said, I feel like they want. No, you know what? Because of another prediction I have, I am going to predict that they lose the belts to the Guns.
Yeah,
oddly enough. Okay.
Bang, bang, bang for the win.
I didn't think so. I went with MJF.
You're going with MJF and mystery partner?
Yeah.
Do you think it's Samoa Joe as well?
I said Samoa Joe or possibly Adam Cole, but that plays a lot into other factors going in these storylines involving MJF.
Right.
Yeah.
I do know that this is on 0 hours, so this is the pre-show match.
Same with the last pay-per-view. They give him the opening match to give him the most amount of time in between matches to recover and get ready.
Yeah, so this is going to be literally, I guess, the opening.
It's probably only going to go for like 7 minutes.
It's going to be nothing long, but like I can't. So like the mystery partner, I honestly can't see it being somebody new to the company or anything like that. It's the pre-show. They're not going to waste that kind of thing on somebody for like a new reveal. Mm-hmm. I also felt like if they have MJF lose this match, then I feel like he wins the main event.
That's what's going to happen.
I also felt like he can win both matches depending on how it goes. But I can't see them starting off with such a big shocker, having him lose this match, but then having him win later on. You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel like it would make sense to me.
It makes perfect sense. I think Joe's going to cost him the fucking titles or do his famous walk out on his partner deal, and that's how they lose that's how he loses the titles.
Yeah, it could be. I could see him just as easily retaining as losing. Like this one, I feel like is the hardest one for me to call. Outside of the actual tag team championship match, this is probably the hardest one for me to predict. Oddly enough, because I bet when it happens, it's going to seem so obvious too. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Guns. Lee, you said MJF and mystery partner retained.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to my most anticipated match of the night, the Texas Death Match between Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page. God damn, this thing got some awesome tension between Hangman Page, Swerve Strickland. Swerve has easily become one of the most intriguing characters in all of AEW. In a company that is the void right now of characters, Swerve has really seemed to dial in on exactly who he is portraying in that ring, and I fucking love it, dude. It has been one of the biggest turnarounds here in Smacked Raw. If you followed this show, man, a year ago I was like, who the fuck is this Swerve guy? You know what I mean? But slowly and surely, this dude has carved out excellent storytelling. I would love to know who is the brainchild of the story that him and Hangman have been telling, because whoever is doing that needs a little bit more freedom across the show.
It's fucking Swerve, bro.
You think so?
Done.
You think it's Swerve calling it?
Yeah. He's done. They did a similar one to this when he was with Scum and fucking Evolve. Like, bro, this is what I've been telling you about him since he debuted in fucking NXT. This is who he is, a star. Like you said, once I explained his character to you and you got over the blackness of it and you understood what the villainy and the fucking just despicable fucking spit on him fucking vile person he can be, but make you still love him at the same fucking time. That's what stars do. The whole crowd screams, whose house? Swerve's house. Then they boo the motherfucker for 15 minutes.
Hey, look, RN.
Do that.
He Booker T'd us. All right? He disarmed us white people with Prince Nana is what he did. He said, hey, you guys, go look
for these white folks, bro.
Yeah, look at this guy real quick. Okay, you done all right, you done watching him dance to my entrance music. Okay, now listen to the story. Now that I got your attention.
Bro, I saw
he did it, dude.
I saw a fucking like 8th grade cheerleading group dancing to Swerve When I Drive.
Yeah.
I had to share. Awesome. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And with all that said, Hangman's still gonna win.
Oh, probably. I'll give my pick here in a second. I want to hear Lee's take on all of this.
This is hands down out of every match on this card that has the best storytelling. We're finally, in my opinion, getting good promos out of Hangman Adam Page, which is a shame because if we were getting this Adam Page right now, when he was the AEW champion, his career would, I think, it would be a lot different.
Facts.
I think Adam Page is only I'm just hot take here. I think he's only good at the chase. You know, I mean the classic trope, like the baby face is good with the chase, the heels are the ones, you know, ducking and getting by on the skin of their teeth. You know, occasionally you get guys who can do both, but I feel like Hangman really just thrives when he's put on the back foot. When his back's up against the wall, I feel like that's when we get the best stuff out of this man.
And then also, too, we keep forgetting he's not that old either. Like, he doesn't have as much experience as we really think as he does. And when he was with the Bullet Club and in ROH, he never had a fucking mic. The Bucks did all the talking, or Kenny. Like, so it's like sometimes they take a little bit more time. Wrestlers take a little bit more time, and you need fucking reps. But I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. This is white Hangman's match to win. This is everything white, baby.
Oh man, I'm going with Swerve. I'm gonna keep the faith alive, man. I'm gonna say, how can you not reward the guy who breaks into a house and cuts a promo on a baby? I think you go with Swerve all the way here.
I want Swerve to do that, but
yeah,
I'm with RN. It's AEW is a white man game, apparently.
Thank you. I've been saying it, bro. No people of color in the main event ever. Not the main event of a show, the main event scene. There's not one person of color in the main event scene. Everything white. I will continue to say that until they prove me otherwise, and they haven't. Because just when I thought I was on the verge of putting my racism card away, he loses to Daniel Bryan for no fucking reason.
And then that coffin match, which he's still technically in. His the coffin did not close. The body part was hanging out. His dreads were hanging out.
Didn't matter. That one to me wasn't as big of a deal because he was still on the come up, and Darby is one of the pillars. So like I wasn't really that mad about that one. Like I mean, even though I called him to lose regardless, but like that one isn't so much. It's just after you beat Hangman, another pillar, and then a week later he loses to Daniel Bryan for no reason at all. And he jumps right back in the feud with Hangman. Like, you did not need to. You could have put anybody. You could have put fucking Orange Cassidy there, anybody there in that spot. Why did Swerve have to take an L? He had to put that uppity nigga in his place. That's why. Everything white.
Shit. All right, man. Well, I'm going with Swerve. I'm gonna keep the faith alive, man.
I do love that now you're back on the black train, so that makes me feel good at least. Kyle got a little scared of Swerve. I'd explain to him what the gimmick was.
Hey, listen, man, listen. I see black people in balaclavas, and I just want to walk on the other side of the street. Okay, that's all it is. I'm crossing the street.
Yes, and that's part of it. I'm not mad at you for that because that's part of it. But yeah. He's back
the AEW International Championship match: Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley. This one was a little convoluted. Orange Cassidy, of course, had easily the best championship run in all of AEW with his
all of wrestling.
Yeah.
I stand on that. All of
yeah,
wrestling.
dude. No, what a fantastic story. The man hanging onto that belt by the skin of his teeth as his body broke down week after week till ultimately he finally did succumb to Jon Moxley. Unfortunately, Moxley got injured in like his first or second defense against Rey Fenix. Yeah, his first defense. So he called an audible, dropped the belt to Phoenix, who then also got injured, and then dropped the belt back to Cassidy. And I feel like this match is trying to just hit the reset button to get that belt on Moxley, and they can start telling the story they originally wanted to tell. However, as a consequence of all of this, it does tell a fairly compelling story again, is that A, Cassidy knows that Moxley can beat him because he already has. And then B, on Dynamite, they had a nice little wrinkle where Orange Cassidy hit Moxley with his orange punch, and Moxley was able to just eat it. Essentially no-sell Orange Cassidy's best move and then like kick the shit out of him. So Cassidy is kind of arguably in fear going into this match, knowing that he very well could be meeting his maker in Jon Moxley. And that's a pretty interesting story, if you ask me. Who do you guys got?
I got Mox winning, and this is the version of Mox with the BCC that we should have got from the beginning. Killer, fighting, not talking that much, doesn't have to bleed every fucking match. Just come in the ring, beat the shit out of people.
It has been a while since Moxley's blood, ain't it?
Beat the shit out. This is what the BCC should have been. Start out the gate. This is how Moxley should have been, and Daniel Bryan. Like, I love this version of Moxley, and y'all know I'm not a big fan, but I do get down with this version. And Orange Cassidy is the MVP of 2023, and that goes for fucking New Japan, WWE, AEW. Nobody can tell me any different. I don't want to hear any at your fucking mama. I don't give a fuck. He's had the most title defenses. My cousin is literally mad niggerish, yo. He makes me, my cousin comes to sit down and ask me when AEW comes on just so he can see Orange Cassidy every week. That man ain't never, he's been my cousin his whole life. I'm older than him. Never sat down and watched a fucking wrestling show with me one time. He saw Orange Cassidy wrestle once. What night's AEW again? First of all, the fact he even remember what it is. What night's AEW? Wednesday, bro. All right, don't let me miss it. If I'm at work, record it from it'll be on demand the next day. He was like, all right, just let me know if Orange wins or not. I got you, Cuddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, MVP, flat out.
Yeah, Cassie's an awesome character, man.
Moxley's
what do you think?
Win, but MVP, MVP Orange Cassidy.
Just trying to give those flowers while Cassidy is able to carry them. What about you, Lee?
I have Moxley. We saw what happened with him and Rey Fenix in that match, and it's just clear as day they want to tell the story, whatever they're going to tell.
Right.
Rey Fenix and Orange Cassidy were just placeholders until Moxley got back.
Yeah. Which is the opposite of like Moxley's role in AEW, because usually it's Moxley who gets the belt while other people aren't there to hold on to it. Yeah. Like in emergency, you break glass and put the belt on Mox. Right. I'm agree. All right, so all of us agree. We think Moxley's walking away with the title here. I think it makes the most sense to be fair. But it should be a killer match. Cassidy and Moxley are both fantastic storytellers in the ring too. It's going to be a lot of fun. Next up, the AEW TBS Championship match. Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Sky Blue being the most recent signing of these three. Julia Hart, however, has been rapidly developing her character on screen and getting a lot of momentum. She is probably one of the most improved wrestlers of 2023. And then Chris Statlander, who arguably was huge a couple years ago before she tore her ACL and then coincidentally tore her other ACL. Unfortunately, I feel like Statlander has significantly cooled and has become kind of like the afterthought in this triple threat, even though she's the champion. Should be a fun match, though. Sky Blue and Julia Hart, if they get the time, they're going to bump for Statlander a lot because Statlander is a giant compared to these other two women. Who do you guys got and why?
I got Julia Hart winning. She's the Mandy Rose of this year for wrestling, from where she started to where she's at now. Like, it's kind of dope. And like you said, Statlander, like, to me, she's always been fucking blah, the fucking alien shit and everything. Like, she's a dope wrestler, don't get me wrong, but like, none of her shit ever came together, and right when it was, she got injured. So it's just like, and just how they had her beat Jade too, which is some fucking bullshit. So I'm gonna hate her regardless because of that. So I'm going with I'm going with Julia Hart.
The main story is definitely Julia Hart and Sky Blue with what's going on between them.
Yeah.
Essentially, Sky Blue resisted Julia to be recruited by Julia Hart into the House of Black is what it appears to have been.
Yeah. So she's got, in my opinion, most improvement. Julia Hart does. I picked Chris Statlander though, only because I don't see.
RN did it.
I saw him about to pull some bullshit, guys. I got y'all.
I wasn't about to pull some bullshit. I was telling him after this pick, you guys, we've been raided by botch spots and chair shots. Allison, Will, and Ginger Ninja have joined us. How are you guys doing tonight?
We were finishing up, and I was like, hey, Kyle dropped the StreamYard link. I was like, you guys want to go crash Smacked Raw? And they were like, yep, yes, we sure do.
Well, thank you guys. You guys, RN definitely just, unfortunately, just no-sold everything Lee was just saying and cut him off. But
Lee, I'm sorry to steal your thunder, bud. It's good to see you. Congratulations.
Yes.
Let's put Lee over real quick. Don't know everybody.
Thank you.
Number
We
2
did-
in the States.
we already did 5 minutes on Lee's recent success. Okay.
Well, I needed to jerk
We
him
already
off
got
publicly,
out
too,
3,000. It didn't matter. This match is terrible anyway. Next match, fuck it.
Hey, no. By the way, hot take. Put the belt on Julia. The back, trying to reel it back into that pick. Who do you think is going to take it, Lee?
I said Chris, but Julia's got the most improvement, but I still think Statlander out of the three is the best wrestler to hold it.
I think Julia picks it up by pinning Sky Blue, and that's how they protect Statlander, and then immediately forget her. Like just toss her on the Rampage or something every week.
That's what they do.
Works for me.
This works for me. What's up, you guys? So y'all want to give some picks on the last 3 shows, or are you guys just coming in and bouncing?
I 100% think that this is Julia Hart's time, to be honest. Like, not to come in here and like crash on Lee, but I think she's red hot. So if they decided to drop the belt to her now, it would make the most sense. My worry.
Hold up, Will. Sorry, I'm changing my pick. She's red hot. She's the best thing going right now. They're definitely not going to put the belt on her. I'm changing this.
I'm sorry, that pick does make a little bit too much sense. But I would like to see Julia Hart. She would be the pick to make sense. So I'm going to go with that. But if they decided to keep it on Stat, that also makes sense because she is one of the best technical workers they have in the women's division right now.
Absolutely right.
I think it's weird that their women's TV title is being defended on a pay-per-view, though. I mean, call me old school.
Bro. It's the Hose Championship.
Yeah.
Where the Hose at? The Hose is
Where the
on
hose
fucking
at?
Look at the title. It looks like Hose. It literally looks like it says Hose. Where the Hose at? On paper.
Where the hose
That's
at?
when they defend the
I'd
title.
like to mention that this is the most up close I've ever seen Lee ever.
Oh yeah,
Why-
he's normally fucking 20 feet
Why are
back.
you making me like big screen here?
I was just you wanted to take the floor, Allison, so we're giving you the floor.
Oh, I just wanted to say that I think this is the most up close I've seen Lee.
It's not the whole Hasbro bar tonight.
I know, like it's a different perspective. It's nice.
It's a good profile. I like it, Lee.
Lee's got a good beard, as the rest of the gentlemen on the screen do. Here's the thing, because Tony Khan is Tony Khan. Watch him put it on Sky Blue.
I hope he does. Hope he does, because that was always one of our biggest criticisms. Is he would ignore the person that's white hot. I think the first person that comes to mind for a lot of people would be Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa became undeniable, and then they didn't give her a belt for like a year straight. Like they didn't. Hangman.
They dropped the ball big time with him.
Big time dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hoping that he can kind of pick up on that, unless he's got like some locked in plans, which chances are he does not. Yeah, man, Julia's been catching so much momentum lately, arguably out of nowhere too. Like, I don't know who saw that coming, because I don't know about y'all, man, but you know, go back a year and she was kind of like, I kind of looked at her like the same way I looked at like the Bunny, which was like, okay, you're here, like you're dressing for the faction that you're in, or the other people.
Here's something funny. Until probably about a couple months ago, I thought they were the same person.
Same.
You know, I mean,
they're not the same person.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Well, no, we found that out whenever the Bunny was like, "Go," when she didn't have.
Have
her
we ever
character.
seen them in the same room at the same time? See,
No, didn't they have a match?
I mean, they probably did. Yeah.
They had
they
two
teamed together a
Undertakers
couple
wrestle.
times,
They
too.
had two Diesels. They had two Doinks. It wouldn't be the
That's
first
true.
time we had two people the same, and you know.
They did feel like they were trying to fill the same role though. Like once Julia went like gothic and stopped being like a backup cheerleader, yeah, they did feel like they were trying to fill the same character role, and Julia just did way better with it than the Bunny did. It was Allie, right? Her name was Allie.
Something like that. I do feel like they missed an opportunity with the blue mist from Statlander to like have the blue mist fix Julia Hart, like cure her.
Oh, no, don't cure her. Don't cure her.
No, she's
Like,
one.
do
I
not,
love her.
do not cure her.
Right now, yeah.
That character arc has been one of the best things.
Though. But isn't it getting like?
I disagree with Malachi Black and being out of the picture right now for whatever reason, and what she's doing with Brody King at her side makes her look like $1 million.
Yeah, she's mixed up, so that's why she's not winning.
It would make too much sense to give her the belt.
Right.
What about you, Ginger Ninja?
You're muted, Bo.
It's just a battle of the eye makeup. They've all been misted or something, so they all got weird eye makeup.
Yeah.
I want to see Julia Hart pull it off, but I have to agree with y'all. She's red hot, so I don't see it happening. At best, they're going to give it to Sky Blue.
Yeah.
I miss Statlander choking out Wheeler Yuta every week. Like that was pretty nice. Like it was a nice little character. And then she like I wasn't actually that mad at like the alien shit. As long as they didn't go like too literal with it, I thought that was a fine character. I don't know what her character is now, to be honest with you. I have no fucking clue.
I'm Chris Statlander and I kick ass.
That wear eye makeup.
Yeah.
Is that where I make up?
I'm a good professional wrestler is kind of like all I get out of that, which is unfortunately the character of a lot of other wrestlers. All right, moving on. The AEW Women's Championship match, Akira Shida versus Toni Storm. You know what? As fun as Toni Storm has been, I feel like this is a miss. I feel like Toni Storm honestly shouldn't be in the title picture right now. Like her character work is just really good. There's no reason to muddy it up with trying to mix her up with the belt when you could have somebody else in that position. That's just me. What do you guys think?
Feel the same. Sheeta for the win. Anybody? Bueller.
Don't everybody jump in at the same time now, all right?
I go Sheeta for the win, but it's because this new signee they got, the new women's signee, is going to cost Toni Storm the match.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because they're doing like the Mickie James story, right? Where she's got this girl that's like obsessed with her. Yeah, that's going to be cool.
I think that this is I'm gonna the unpopular opinion, and I agree with what RN said, or what Kai said rather, that she doesn't need the title because of her character work, but because, again, that's not. It's the opposite of what should happen. Tony doesn't need the title, so that means they're probably going to put it on her. And I don't think it's the time. I think Hikaru Shida needs to keep running with the belt because she has with it being her third title reign. I don't want her to be the person that gets known as that transitional champion. And I said there's nothing wrong with being that person. RN might not like this, but Triple H made a career of it. Everything he did was less than 100 days, except for 5 title reigns. So I think that Hikaru Shida could be that person and not be a bad thing to be the female Triple H for AEW, but I don't want her to be that person. Let her carry that belt for a little bit and be prestigious like she used to be in Japan. Like, let her do that shit. I'm here for that.
Yeah, I kind of want to see Shida as like Miss AEW. Like, I want to see her as like AEW's John Cena, where she can be like, leagues above a lot of her competition, because that just means whenever she does eat an L, whoever beats her should feel significant, big time.
Looks like $1 million,
yeah.
But first, they need to get her out of this Kabuki Warrior fucking gimmick thing that she does. Like, she needs something else. Like, because the Japan fucking coming in with a fucking kendo stick, ninja fucking weird dressing, anime fucking looking shit. Like, she needs something else.
Shocking news. It is 9:47 p.m. and RN does not like when wrestling lays into social stereotypes.
Bro, I want to watch a live segment of anytime Xia Li is doing her entrance right next to RN. I want to watch. That is just. Oh my god!
You know what irritates me, and it's just like the stupidest little thing. Like, I understand like the nod to the sumo wrestlers with like the thong over like the pants or whatever, but like her wearing pants that are baggy and it being like all bunchy at her crotch annoys the absolute piss out of me, and it's the only thing I see.
Speaking of crotches, what's up, Lee?
Lee going with the blowjob POV.
I have to switch from my phone to.
I would switch for you, Big Daddy.
All right,
but I'm hot and cold on this Tony Storm thing. Like, I think it's cool, but I also think like it's a touch like too much. Like, I wish that I like the silent film thing, but like stop making it at the picture-in-picture because you can't fucking see it.
Oh, you talking about like when the matches take place?
Well, no, when they're doing her little vignettes, like her silent film. Like, you can't see them because they're like this big.
No, I missed like the first 2 or 3 of them because of that exact reason. I've been conditioned to not pay attention to wrestling when the commercials are on. And then I go online and everyone's like, oh, these are fantastic. I'm like, when the fuck did they air? Like, when did they put them on?
When did this happen?
Like, show them like a normal vignette, please.
Do I like Disney? I don't trust you. All right, man? I do not trust you asking if I like Disney. Okay? Anyways. It's Tim, right?
Tommy,
excuse me. Tommy.
No, just call him Timmy. Please call him Timmy.
Timmy. No, Timmy. Well, I called him like I am horny for like the first like month when I saw him in the live chat. Yeah, man.
I am horny.
Yeah. I didn't see the T for the longest time. I'm gonna go with I like what Ginger Ninja said over here. I'm going to go with Shida. I'm hoping that is the case, and yeah, we get a cool feud with Tony Storm in that other new hiring. Moving on, the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. This is one match that I had no idea about. Like, I had no clue that this thing was even made, and it was this big. Ricky Starks and Big Bill, who are your tag team champions, taking on La Faction, taking on FTR, and then taking on House of Black. This match should just be pure anarchy and chaos. Who do you guys got?
FTR. I'm never not picking FTR.
And it would get us back to the Bucks and FTR, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Do we really need to see that for the 100th time?
Yes.
It's gonna be the Bucks because it's gonna be FTR because they're the only fucking face tag team in this fucking match. So it's like pretty much it tells you what it's gonna be. So you need a face versus a heel thing. They can't just do anything smart. Like I don't know, like bad guys don't fight each other or some shit. So it's definitely gonna be fuck the Revival.
Whoa. Forever the Revival.
They are ass. They're not. Let me rephrase that. They're not ass. They're just fucking boring.
I like their matches.
Do you though?
Yeah, I do. I really do.
Are you just conditioned to like their matches because everyone claims they're the best tag team in the world and they're not?
If you like that style of wrestling, Lee, you also appreciate good old school wrestling. Do you appreciate what FTR does in the ring as old tag team wrestling?
That's another thing too. That's how they hide behind this shit. That's not old school wrestling. That's fucking boring wrestling because they do all types of crazy moves and fucking tag team moves and hardcore shit and everything. Stop it. That's how they get you to where you can't talk bad about them because they're old school.
Cash does do a springboard 450.
Come on, bro. They're fucking boring, bro.
I love you, Ari, and I've missed you so hard, bro.
Bro, what they call them in doubles talentless midgets or some shit like that. Like, bro, come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Lee, who you got?
I take Aussie Open over FTR any day.
You think you know somebody?
I'm gonna agree with RN.
I wasn't expecting Lee's mic to pick up. I really thought this dude was muted. Oh. Lee sounded way closer than his camera. If you guys watch the video feed, they swapped over to his traditional camera. He's across the room, but his mic is like way better than what. Lee, what the fuck, man? You've done most of the show on your cell phone, and you got this awesome microphone. You could have been on this whole time.
This mic sucks.
This mic is better than your speakerphone. God damn.
Yeah, my cell phone sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys convinced me. It seems like it's FTR's match to win. It'd just be weird for the Young Bucks to face anybody else.
There's so many other people they could face.
And they're all in this match.
Yeah.
Get Natty Neidhart and someone on the women's fucking division over there to. I mean, we're just gonna throw together.
Wait. Is FTR the Natty of the AEW tag team division?
Yeah. Yep.
They are the live, laugh, love of tag teams. That's how fucking boring and basic they are.
God damn.
They come out with some Stranger Things 80s fucking gear. Oh, they're old school.
And the Young Bucks aren't 80s?
Yeah, but the Young Bucks aren't trying to push that to make you think they're 80 coming out with the fucking stop.
They come out to a Kansas song.
That is true. Oh, by the way, that shit pisses Jess off so much because Jess is a huge fan of Supernatural, and she believes that only Supernatural should have rights to that song at this point. Jess. Yeah,
but that's my thing. The Bucks are doing that to piss people off. Fuck the Revival's doing it because they really think that shit's them, and it's not. It's not.
Yeah, the 80s synth music. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in the odd camp that I'm not really the biggest fan of their entrance song either.
Because it's ass.
I mean, all of AEW is a little 80s.
Yeah, all of AEW is ass. But
all the more reason for the House of Black to win.
I would love to see that. I would love to see House of Black win.
I am so looking forward to Big Bill standing face to face with Brody.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah, that's a good picture to have right there. For sure.
I just want to know why is Andrade not in fucking Los Ingobernables? Like they started this shit. Why is he like he comes out dressed like them and everything? Why is he not in the faction that he started?
His dad's now there too.
Why is he not in the faction?
He had that thing with Sammy, right? And we haven't really seen him ever since.
No, I think he was on Collision or something like a week or two ago. But I'm like he dresses like Rush and everything. Like
I didn't even notice. Yeah, I must have missed that. I don't recall seeing. I can't remember the last time I saw Andrade. To be perfectly honest with you,
he was just on. Wasn't he just on Dynamite?
Yeah.
I think
Dynamite or Collision.
He did Collision last Saturday for sure. I'm 90%. Yeah, I'm like 90% sure.
I didn't fucking say you were wrong, man. I'm just saying I ain't seen the guy.
No, I'm here for it. Tell him RN. Be like, told you, mother.
He comes out with the mask and shit like Roosh and everything. Like it's literally Los Ingobernables, but he's not in.
He was on.
Like, say the name of the group.
He was on AEW last night.
And he's not in it.
Yeah, he was on last night, wasn't he?
Yeah, because Andrade came out with CJ Perry and Miro was watching in the back.
Oh shit! I now you know what? I did see that segment. Now you say it. Oh man, fucking dude, my attention span is like horrible nowadays. I think I get off my cell phone. All right, so I think a lot of us said FTR. Did anybody have any picks outside of FTR to win? Okay, so House of Black, right?
That's who I really want to see win. I really have a feeling.
World, yeah, me too. That's who I want to win, but that's not AEW.
All right.
I can have dreams.
Please keep having them.
Tony to break them.
Yeah. Thank you, Timmy. He says he has the attention span of a gnat. No, you spelled it right. You spelled gnat right. Yeah. It's not like this gnat right here. That gnat.
God damn it, Ty.
It's hanging up.
Yeah, he's got it hanging up right behind him too, man. I love RN for that too. Send that shit. Oh man. Anyways, yeah. Anybody that's listening to the audio version, I just threw up a Photoshop picture of RN hanging out with Natalia, labeled "Live, Laugh, and Love."
Every day, baby.
Every day, man. On to the main event, AEW World Championship match. MJF taking on Jay White. This is essentially AEW has found a way to kind of interrupt a long title reign without actually interrupting the reign, and that is just have a guy steal the belt and then hold on to it for like a month straight, and to kind of just give like a non-official title reign to the opponent without ever having to strip your actual champion of the belt. Not sure how I feel about that, but I feel like that's kind of what they wanted, is they want to have MJF be the babyface chasing the title, and this is kind of how they went about doing that. And I'm not going to lie, it actually kind of worked. I feel like it has worked. With that being said, there's a whole bunch of story beats to this thing, because you have MJF trying to win this belt back. He's run out of his friends. Adam Cole's all fucked up with his ankle. You have the Acclaimed all got taken out last week on Dynamite. You have the Devil looming in the background with his own faction. It has been confirmed via Fightful that the men in the Barclavas were the actual performers. This isn't like a situation with Retribution where they just put people in masks that weren't actually the members. Supposedly, the guys we saw last week are the actual members. We don't know what's going on there. So there's a lot of intrigue around this match. Who do you guys got and why?
I think it's going to be MJF for sure. And the crazy thing about all this is like the last few months, I'm like, how is the world champion not the focal point of the fucking show? Like he doesn't like his story, like, and then they just went balls to the wall and put him in 17 fucking storylines throughout the whole fucking show.
Yeah.
And like you said, like at first I hated it, but like I love it now because this is old school. Your champion should be the integral part of your show from start to fucking finish. That's the guy you put the belt on. That's the guy you trusted to be front and center for your company. So that's the guy that should start the show. That's the guy that should be in before halftime, intermission, and And that's the guy that when the lights go out, who we should be seeing. So, like, I'm here for it. I don't know. I've been trying to, like, rack my brain on who the signing can be. The only thing I can think of is if it's fucking my guy, if it's Will Ospreay and the rest of the United Empire. Like, that's the only thing.
Well, do you think the signing is the devil, or do you think the person portraying the devil and then the new AEW signing are two separate people? I'm in the camp that it's two different people.
I'm not. I think it's all the same. Because Tony Khan's fucking retarded, bro. They're all the same.
I can tell you.
I don't even understand how that looped into a Tony insult, but I'll allow it.
I can tell you who it's not.
Who is it not, Al?
It's not Ryback, because he made sure to make a special TikTok today explaining that it's not him, that he's still not cleared from his 5-year-old shoulder injury.
Who?
Ryback.
Who? RN, there's if you haven't tuned into Botch Spots, they have an ongoing thing with Ryback now on every show.
No, I refuse to acknowledge who he is or acknowledge.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I wasn't sure.
I have Ryback. I call it the Ryback tinfoil hat moment of the week, and I literally talk about the stupid things that Ryback says.
It wasn't bad. I was on their show last week or a couple days ago, RN. It was a lot of fun actually talking about Ryback.
Fuck Ryback.
This is going to be a big shocker to you guys. I'm going to pick MJF here.
Right.
To retain, right?
This is the thing. He's going to retain, but simultaneously win the Triple B back. So it makes it like he's winning a title he already has. So that's going to hit a jumpstart refresh on his title reign. Yep. It's also going to be a protected finish for Jay White, because I think they're going to use him as a very huge piece of the puzzle moving forward. Because I personally still think the devil is going to be David Finlay in the Bullet Club.
Okay, so yeah, I've heard the rumors of the David Finlay one. My thing is like, granted, I'm a fucking really casual, I think, wrestling fan when it comes to like my expertise. And David Finlay, I barely know anything about. Like, I know who the guy is. I know he's in New Japan, and I've seen him on occasion, but anytime that dude's been on my TV, I hate to say it, like I didn't care. Like, I'm not sure. Like, nothing. I thought maybe he was just like another generational wrestler, kind of living off his dad's name. But
since he took over leader of Bullet Club,
that's the casual in me. I didn't know. Like, he's the current leader of Bullet Club. I didn't even know that.
They are fucking ruthless now. They hurt people.
They're called the War Dogs now.
Yeah, flipping cameras off, cussing and shit. Like, they ain't fucking around.
Okay. See, I wasn't aware of that. I didn't realize the guy had caught so much momentum.
Let me tell you why the devil is Jack Perry.
Yes.
Of that. Because that's literally the person we want it the least to be.
I forgot Jack Perry was a person.
Right.
Until she said his name.
But before the little Punk situation, he had the little feudy starting with MJF because of the 4 pillars thing. So, like, logically, it makes sense for them to circle back to that. And since he's been suspended and kind of off TV, like, his suspension's been over for a long time, but we haven't seen it.
That's true. Yeah, he has been gone ever since that pay-per-view All In.
Correct. And it would literally be the dumbest move that the dumbest, it could be like Hook or something. But, but, it's not Britt Baker because it's clearly a man, and they have stated that the person on the mask on TV is the actual person, and that is clearly a man.
It's a person who's smaller in stature too.
Which Jack Perry is.
Yeah, no, you're right. Jack Perry's body type.
Kyle O'Reilly would be a bad pick.
Could be Bobby Fish.
Old man winner.
Oh my God.
Think of everyone you don't want it to be, and that's probably who it is.
That's who it is.
Which is why I say it's Jack Perry.
I'm probably wrong, but I've been in the camp where I think it's Adam Cole. I think it's Adam Cole who finally turns on MJF. I thought that was a really cool story beat, and would solidify MJF as just the trauma that dude would endure.
I just feel like it would be too predictable. And again, Tony Khan left field.
What about you, Lee?
I was with you. I said MJF, or I said it was Adam Cole that is under the mask.
Yeah. I think that would because who would the so here's the harder pick is because if MJF was under the mask, it feels like it'd be dumb. Like who would be the guys in the ski masks though? That's the thing. That's where the thing gets me thrown for a loop as well. Is you have the 3 members in a ski mask, because it seems like it's going to be a whole faction that debuts, not just one guy, unless it's people that have been on TV and off TV, like the Kingdom. Like if it's Adam Cole in the Kingdom, like he teamed with Roderick Strong. You know what I mean? Something like that. But I'm up in the air. I really do. Once they introduce that this is going to be like there's 3 other members at least to this thing, I'm really at a loss. Like I have no idea. Which I like. I do like that.
It's end up being Marco Stunt and some guys or something.
Oh, fuck off! All right.
Are we going to find out who the devil is this weekend, or we don't know?
I think we will. I hope we will. I think that'll be like our closing segment to the pay-per-view. Is the reveal? Yeah. Because when's the next pay-per-view? It's probably in like another couple months. That just feels like it'd be a long time to drag out.
It's the end of days or whatever it is on December 30th.
Oh wow! So we're going month to month, huh?
Yeah,
that's not bad. Good on you, AEW. Okay, so does anybody here think that fucking Jay White is actually winning this match?
No.
I want him to, but I know he's not going to.
Yeah,
you bite your tongue, sir.
Like I said, I feel like kind of like me and Will kind of were on the same side here, is that like this was a way to make Jay White feel like he had a title reign without officially putting the belt on him. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. All right, so that's it for the predictions. I guess the other thing here is the signing. Now a couple of you said you believe it is whoever is under the devil mask. I'm of the belief it is not. Who are you? Who's some guesses that we think might actually be the big signing to AEW that Tony Khan hyped up?
You ready for this? Oh, I'm
Let's
sorry.
Hear him. Let's hear him.
Go, your guess. Go ahead.
Okay, mine, and me and Bo were talking about this earlier, and I hope I don't steal your answer, Bo. We were discussing how somebody like Dolph Ziggler, who could have negotiated some time off of his non-compete because he wasn't being used on television. Because those kinds of things have been heard and used in the past. It's not as common because only big stars have that pull in their contracts and the underwriting. But Dolph could be one of those guys who could have worked time off of his non-compete just because he wasn't active on television. So I'm going to say maybe like a Dolph Ziggler. And I know Lee shook his head no at me because his non-compete's not up until the 20th. But that would be him getting less than 30. It would be 33 days knocked off of a 90-day non-compete. So he's already been out for 60% of his time. 66% of his time.
Mine's with David Finlay or fucking Will Ospreay. I hope it's not Ospreay because I hope Ospreay comes to WWE. But I was trying to think of like who has a faction. And like that's why I said Ospreay because he's got United Kingdom. Finlay because he's got the Bullet Club. So it's like, I don't know.
I think that the
Matt Riddle.
No.
Yes.
I think that the devil and the signee are different.
Okay.
And unfortunately, and this is plausible because they've been talking about this for a hot minute, and Arden's gonna hate the fuck out of this. Is Bill Goldberg.
Goldberg? Oh man.
He's been talking about it for a long time.
Goldberg ain't going to AEW.
RN quit. He's just like, all right, guys, I'm out.
RN, come back.
RN, you have administrator capabilities. You can just kick Allison. You know
I
what
didn't
mean?
say I wanted it to be Goldberg, but there
I
have
heard those
been
rumors too, but
yeah.
I hope that's not it.
And like he would, he could retire Sting and all that, yada yada.
If it ends up being
Flair
fucking
at
Goldberg,
Sting's side.
I'm flaming every fucking AEW stand I see. They're all every single one, even if it's one I don't follow, if it's a friend of a friend, if it's somebody's grandma, I give zero fucks. If AEW signs Goldberg, it's all out scorched earth, guns blazing, grenades, everything.
Oh my god, guys! What if it is a former faction leader, right? It may here's me teasing the idea that the devil and the signee are the same person. What if it is a former faction leader? What if it not only that? What if it's a guy whose faction also debuted in Balaclavas? What if it is former Retribution leader Mustafa Ali? Smaller in stature, you know what I mean? He's used to some like anarchists being in his team. Who knows, man?
His non-compete clause is not up until
Allison. It was a fucking joke. Okay, listen, man. It was a fucking joke. God damn it!
You're being a real negative, Nancy. We need you to be a positive, Patsy.
I mean, I'm going with Matt Riddle. Like, that's my guess.
Yeah, Matt Riddle, honestly, I fucking hate to say it, but he kind of makes a lot of sense.
Because I don't know if he's under a non-compete the way he was let go.
Yeah, how was he? Was he...
Lee's the smart person on that. What do you say, Lee?
That it's Matt Riddle?
Like, does he have a non-compete with the way that he got fired?
Everyone gets that non-complete if you're fired or not.
Okay.
It's only if like you quit or they don't re-sign you type deal that you can get out of that you don't have the non-complete clause. But no, he's right there with everybody else. He was, he was let go.
Really wasn't that long ago, was it? Wasn't 3 months ago.
No. But I would I picked Mickie James, to be honest with you, since she's
I had her in my list too, actually. Yeah.
Because, I mean, even though it's just a break from Impact, she can still go sign a short-term deal somewhere else. How many times have we seen Kurt Angle say, "Oh, I want to work a shorter deal," signs to Impact like 2 weeks later. Christian, I want a shorter deal with WWE, working part-time. No, signs with TNA. Like, how many times have we seen that? I just gave 2 examples, so.
Also, you have to gauge Tony Khan's level of excitement, because this time, when he announced that he was signing somebody, he didn't seem like he was trying to oversell it. You know what I mean? That's why I don't think it's Mercedes, was just because I feel like Tony Khan would have been fucking coked out of his mind telling people to tune in if he had secured Sasha Banks.
Well, he worded it weird though too, because he said that he agreed to the terms of this person that's going to sign their contract Saturday.
Yeah, that is a weird phrasing too, isn't it?
I've never seen anyone who's going to get signed to a company that before they're like, yes, we've agreed to their terms.
But that's how they do it in real sports, so that's why he's saying.
Oh man, it's fucking Goldberg, ain't it? Oh no.
No, he just. I mean, to me, it's not weird to me. Sports wise, and he works for a fucking football team, so that's how they say it. So-and-so player and the Jacksonville Jaguars have agreed to terms. I think he's just in operations mode from the Jaguars and said it that way. So, I thought about that too, but then I also realized he's in the front office of a fucking football team. So, and that's literally how they word things when players sign with teams.
What if it's Rousey?
Yeah.
I was thinking that too.
She's on Revolver tonight, so she's out there. She's allowed to go where she wants to go.
But isn't Revolver in California?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Because I feel like Rousey will wrestle as long as that shit ain't far from home. I don't want to Rousey don't want to go on the road anymore.
Oh, she got baby at home.
Yeah, man, I don't blame her. Yeah.
What if it's
What if it's McGregor?
Yeah.
McGregor? Yeah, right.
I'm just throwing
Fucking
names.
Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle.
Ringo Loco.
Yep.
It's obviously somebody that's been in the business for a while because of the way he said that they're respected.
I'm getting those vibes too. Yeah.
So it's definitely not going to be like a younger talent. It's going to be an older, more seasoned talent.
All right, Allison, you gotta go. It's nice talking to you.
Don't you do it. You'll still hear me.
God damn, why did you have to come on my show and ruin
I
this?
love you. Because I missed you so much.
We could have just
I
started this shit.
just wanted to see your face.
I let y'all in early too. Kyle was gonna fucking kick y'all out and shit.
I'm sorry
I
that
brought
I
you into my home and you pulled this shit.
Why am I catching strays over here, man?
I'm sorry I bring logic to wrestling. And it
I
makes
hear
sense.
your logic.
I swear to God, I'm going scorched earth.
But,
I'm going Vegas. I'm going Vegas shooter on fucking AEW.
Fucking RN, Jesus.
when is my logic been wrong though?
No, why you think I'm mad? Mute her ass, man.
You can't.
Mute just the girl. Shit.
You can't.
He's really about to sign fucking. All right.
No,
listen,
wait. If you no, the way you have to mute Allison, I've learned this is you have to mute Will. Yeah. See.
All right. Well, it's nice having you guys. Get the fuck out.
Oh, I love
You
you.
gotta go home. You just gotta get the fuck out of here.
All right, man. With that being said, honestly, it's hanging out with you guys is what adds more interest into the pay-per-view. I am actually now more excited for this weekend show now that I've had a chance to kick it with you guys. So thank you everybody that came to hang out tonight.
Yeah, love you guys.
Rating the
Appreciate
show.
You guys coming by.
I love you guys, and I hope I didn't piss anybody off too bad. Lee, it's good to see you as always, and RN and everybody. I thought it would be fun to like crash your show. That's all.
Anytime,
Put a
man.
link in our group chat, and I'm just gonna click this. Let's click this and see what it does.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, listen, anybody that's listening to us, make sure to go out of your way to check out Perched on the Top Rope, Botched Shots and Chair Shots.
No, try again.
Botched spots and ladder climbs or something. I don't know, man.
That's
Fucking yeah. Oh man. Bo, do you have a show?
I'm everywhere.
You're everywhere. I mean, you got the mic, you got the setup. Like, what the hell? What do you want?
I'm on Botch and Chair Shots.
Yeah?
I'm on Dirty News at 420. I'm sometimes on Trivia. I do a show called NXT on Tap. I'm a little bit of everywhere.
Oh, shit. Okay, man. All right. Don't spread yourself too thin, man. You're always welcome in our show, too. Gotta get you in the group chat. But, yeah, thank you, everybody, for tuning in this week. We look forward to recapping the show on Tuesday, and then, of course, we'll probably do a second episode where we do a Survivor Series prediction show as well. And who knows, maybe we'll get everybody in here and we'll do some type of Survivor Series things. Also, make sure to cheer on me because, Aaron, you didn't know about this. We got a bet going on right now with Bot Spots and Chair Shots that if CM Punk returns to WWE by the Monday after WrestleMania, then I get to go on to Bot Spots and Chair Shots, eat crunchy tacos on their show to fuck up their audio, while Will eats the one chip challenge.
Oh, let's get it.
Yeah. However, the reverse happens if I'm wrong. And Punk doesn't debut until the Monday after Mania. If he doesn't show up, the reverse happens. I have to live my biggest fear, which is listening to somebody eat in my ear with the tacos while I eat the one chip challenge.
Yeah. It's posted on my TikTok too, so it's out there. People know.
Yeah, I saw you tag me in that shit too. So that's gonna be a fun bet. Can't wait to do it. Once again, thank you everybody for coming by tonight. You guys are fucking awesome. Until next time, y'all have a good one.
See y'all next.
There we go. We lost Lee.